feel like being successful is all about making your own goals. Success to so many different people means so many different things.
On the academic side, again, some courses are accelerated. There's a little bit more information in some courses. So, if you were able to breeze by in undergrad, you might not be able to breeze by in a master's program just because of the density and the quality of the work that you'll be doing.
You're going to get out of graduate school what you put into it. So, making sure that you're putting efforts into your studies, that you're participating in class. Graduate school is not just going to lectures, it's putting forth that effort to make sure that you're learning as well.
And showing up on time, being prepared for class, and being willing to ask questions. I think that's the biggest part. Some students come and they sit and they're willing to listen and learn, but I think students can take that extra step to really engage with their peers, with professors, and take that extra step.
Being, a great participator in your classes, whether it's online, whether they're in person, and being present in your work as well. Showing up every day ready to learn with an open mind and eager to absorb this information.
I think success could have a lot of different meanings, such as beyond grades. Like, I'm happy when I'm meeting with my clients and seeing their progress through our sessions. I'm so proud of my classmates when they will receive a good grade and they have their own success. Personal success could be just a small step in classes, like learning something new compared to an exam grade. So I think it has a wide variety of things where success could be meaningful.
As much as I can from my professors, from my peers, and being able to walk away from this experience at the end of this with more knowledge and being able to use that and apply that in my path after this.
It's your job to stay on top of everything. It's your job if you're not understanding something. It's your job if you want more help with anything of that nature. So I would just say it's really all your responsibility, truly.
Take advantage of all the resources that we have available here through the library resources, our resources that we have available with our department or with our Office of Graduate Affairs. They definitely make it super easy, the transition, and just allow it to be more welcoming. So I would say that.
Never be afraid to tell your professors that you're struggling academically. If something doesn't make sense to you, you're having a hard time, reach out to them and let them know. Ask what their office hours are, ask for extra help. If you need to go further, the tutoring center is actually available to graduate students as well. So, you can reach out to them, they'll assign you a tutor, and you could receive one-on-one help that way.
And if you struggle with proofreading, or if you don't like to proofread like myself, we do have the Writing Lab, which is super available. But not only that, it's also available online as well. So you're able to upload your documents through the online Writing Lab, and it'll take, maybe 1 to 2 days for it to be reviewed.
I know I used it for a lot of my papers in my graduate time here. I would say use those resources. They're there and they're ready for you to use. I submitted a paper for one of my finals and they got it back to me within 2 days with a bunch of really great suggestions. So I'd highly recommend utilizing that resource.
During different times of the school year, there's going to be more assignments, there's going to be heavier times and times where it's a little bit lighter work. So, understanding your priorities and understanding how they fluctuate and how they're going to change throughout the semesters.
So earlier I used to face time management crisis a lot. So then I figured out a way. I divide the task into 4 categories. On left hand side I mark as important, non-important, and on the right hand side top I mark as urgent and non-urgent, and I write those tasks accordingly. So I do the tasks which are urgent and important at first, and then those tasks which are non-important but urgent, and then those tasks which are non-urgent but important, and lastly I do the tasks which are non-urgent and non-important. So, and then I have a timetable schedule according to the day and time, so I jot down all those tasks according to day and time. So that is how I used to manage my time very well.
So scheduling wise, I think the best way to fit everything in your life is to stay on top of your emails, stay on top of your calendar. I like to have different calendars for different things because my brain works in colors. So I do orange is school, red is personal, and blue is work. So I have my color spread. But stay on top of stuff as best you can. I'd say that's the best way to do it. And again, be honest. If you're struggling or having a hard time, go talk with your professors. They're so understanding, they're great, and they're almost always willing to lend an extra helping hand and make sure that you are successful.
Keeping my Outlook calendar scheduled as much as I can, and if you don't use Outlook, use a planner, use your Gmail calendar, use any sort of calendar so you know. Put those assignments in, put those days that you're going to spend with your friends in, and don't double book yourself.
I think when you come to grad school, there's a little bit less hand-holding that goes on. There's still supports in place, of course, if you need help, but I think they look a little different. It's more so dealing with the things that are happening in your life, like maybe families and stuff like that, but in terms of you know, getting the stuff done that you're supposed to do, I think there's a little bit more responsibility there.
Absolutely. Yeah. So again, as I said, you get out of graduate school what you put into it. Network with your peers, and interact with your faculty. They're not just there to be teachers throughout the semester. Reach out to them, ask them for help, get to know them.
You could always talk to them before class or after class, introduce yourself, maybe show them either some work that you've done or things like that. You could always just ask for help whenever you need it. Don't feel shy, or don't feel that they're gonna judge you or anything like that. You can always show your personality a little bit more.
Getting to know them outside of just teaching that course material, because it's also a networking piece that they can look out for you when you're looking into career opportunities in the future, or just advice in life in general, because they probably have some experience, some years on you that you don't have, and you can capitalize on that knowledge. Just get to know them outside of them being just a teacher.
Things with resumes, things with different connections and networking, we all kind of work together to help every student out.
Knowing that they're there on your team, on your side, they're there to help you get to the next point of your career, the next stepping stone, one might say.
One of my professors said that every day we should be doing one thing to step outside of our role as a graduate student to maintain our mental health.
Our professors just sat down and told us, they're like, you're meant to be here. This is what you're going to do. You set your goal, you're here, and now they're going to help us through it.
I would say come in with a very open mind, come in with a big smile on your face, be eager to meet others, be eager to introduce yourself to others in your program or in the Sacred Heart graduate field in general.
I think a great part about graduate school is meeting people who don't think like you, come from different backgrounds, and it kind of stretches your thinking, and it really just opens your experiences. You learn to meet people that aren't like you, learn to get along with people that aren't like you, and that translates into the real world, right? You're not going to meet people who only graduate in your degree, who think the way you do with the same exact experiences. So it's kind of practice, like a practice round until you get out into the real world and have to kind of interact with, work with people who come from different backgrounds with different perspectives, see the world through a different lens.
Engage with your professors. As I said, join clubs.
Take advantage of everything, even if you're been at Sacred Heart for the past 4 years like myself, still take advantage of everything. There's always new things out there.
Integrate your study habits with other people to kind of grow and learn from them. I think that's just the best study tip that I have is team collaboration.
So there might be a time when you do feel like that you don't belong in your program, and that's imposter syndrome, and everybody will go through it once in their life. It's common, but it's something that you can get through because you do belong. You chose this path for a reason. You chose this degree for a reason.
You're gonna be okay. Grad school's fun. You're gonna learn a lot. You're gonna grow. And I wish you the best of luck. Have a great year.